The Good Life Week on Allstate India Radio.
Our Managing Director Chetan Garga on Allstate India Radio with me. Welcome to the show, Chetan. And today's subjects for conversation are really on-the-job training and rewards and recognition. But first up, to just, sort of give people an insight into what you see when you look into the crystal ball for yourself and also for Allstate India.
I think the future is very bright for Allstate in India and for India as a country. Demographically, given the average age of our staff, I believe they have a huge potential within the organization, given what we are planning as an organization on the technology front, on the business front. I also think that, with the average age of about 27, 28, the world is their oyster and they can do so many things.
The world is an oyster. Again, a very powerful phrase from Chetan Garga. But back into the conversation. Good life, good work, good hands. That's the subject in the spotlight of all of our conversations. And Chetan, if I were to ask you about this key area that's significant in all our work lives, that of skilling up constantly, wanting to up the game, really. What does on-the-job training at Allstate India offer to everyone?
So as part of every individual's development, I think learning, scaling up, as you said, and opportunities towards that are always on the radar. When we started a couple of years back, we were slow on it, I'd admit that, but now we have a fantastically active learning and development team, which is constantly rolling out programs. And I would encourage our staff to volunteer for these programs, also to take their learning and development into their own hands and drive it, because nobody has as much interest in their development than they themselves. And they're going to be their best supporters in choosing appropriate programs and participating in them.
Learning opportunities at Allstate certainly integral to our growth as professionals, but another part I think has a very significant role to play, and that is appreciation for the work that we've done. Rewards and recognitions, Chetan. How is that done at Allstate India? How do you see that integrate into our EVPs of good life, good work and good hands?
So we believe that reward and recognition are an important part of job satisfaction, how people perceive themselves, both by themselves and by their peer group. We have a number of programs for rewards and recognition. We have something called the Hi-Fi program, which is a peer group recognition program, which is applied globally. So our partners in Northern Ireland and in the US can recognize members in India and vice versa. The ultimate reward with this program is an all expenses paid trip to a destination, which I think we've had some great places to go to in the past, and going forward also we expect to have equally interesting destinations. In addition to the Hi-Fi program, we also have a number of local programs to recognize individuals, teams, managers, projects. And again, I think people should self-nominate where appropriate, as well as recognize others. And I think a culture of recognition is what we aspire for, where all of us can appreciate the good that we bring to the table for the organization.
Chetan, thank you so much for that perspective on rewards and recognition. And I think one great reward that all of us look forward to is having the ideal kind of work-life balance, striking that balance. Is there something that has worked for you personally? If there's something that you could share, perhaps that would be of value to our listeners tuned in today.
I don't know if there's a perfect work-life balance. One thought which does come to me when you ask that question is, if one can do what they're passionate about, then in some ways work and life merge and you get the best of both worlds.
That is really quite the mantra to share with all our listeners on Allstate India Radio. Thank you so much, Chetan, for joining us today. Take care. We'll see you soon.
This is Allstate India Radio.